Dogworks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dogworks. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com. You can support this podcast on patreon.com/firstpawmedia.
Here's to the great American dog trainers out there. The hundreds of you who settled for the sometimes thankless job of working with four-legged companions because they pay the bills. Of course, there's something else you can do if you've got something to say. Start a podcast with First Paw Media and unleash your creative freedom. Maybe even earn enough money to tell yourself, hey, I'm no puppy wrangler, I'm a rover, I'm a trailbreaker, I'm an adventurer. Visit firstpaw.media. Wag on over today.
It's coming up on Memorial Day and the official kickoff of summer, which means one thing: doing fun things with your family and your dog. On today's show, we are going to give you some great ideas to try with your canine buddy this summer, like teaching them how to swim, enjoying a picnic, and even how to create some paw art. Hey, would you like a freebie? We are offering our very own 100 dog training tips. Just go to ak.dog/100 tips and get yours today. Did you know that we train dogs nationwide? In fact, our very own Robert just returned from Maine, where he delivered a German Shepherd named Timber to his family, and soon we will have a dog from Sacramento who found us through our podcast. So a huge shout out to Colleen Adams. A service dog from Arizona is also getting ready to reunite with her family. We also have a dog coming from Arizona for our obedience program, and we have 2 Cocker Spaniels arriving from Alabama also later on this summer. We are super excited about all of these dogs coming to visit us here in Alaska. If this interests you, please know that we do have limited space. We welcome any and all dogs from all over the country, and it's a great way for you to give yourself the excuse for coming up to see Alaska. If you guys would like to find out more, you can do so by clicking on the link in our show notes. So, after the episode, ask yourself, what new ideas has this conversation sparked for you? Then share this episode with a family member or friends and discuss it together. As always, you can message me over on Instagram at First Paw Media. And just remember, dog training is a big commitment. Accountability is a huge part. You can do it. I believe in you. Before we dive into this episode, I need to ask you guys a favor. If you've been listening to Dogworks Radio for a while now, say 3 or more episodes, and you like what you hear, would you consider leaving us a 5-star review? Something simple. 2 or 3 sentences max is perfect for telling the world about what you like about this podcast, what you have learned, and why you are a rabid listener. This helps us tremendously. Just scroll down in your favorite podcast player and click the leave a review button. Super simple, and thanks so much for tapping that subscribe button. Let's see where people are tuning in. Our most popular cities this week are Davenport, Austin, and Detroit. And hello to our listeners in Belgium, too. We are happy you are all tuning in. Do you guys want more content? We have a behind the scenes after show on our Patreon account. Just head on over and join today, and you'll get all kinds of cool perks, including exclusive access to the after show. Okay, you guys, it's time to dive in. Are you ready?
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dogworks Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Dogworks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Summer Summertime is perfect for outdoor fun, and it's even better if your dog can join in. There are oodles of activities to try, from old standbys like fetch to more adventurous pursuits like hitting the trail for a hike. Consider your dog's personality, activity level, and interests to be certain you find the perfect match. If you're looking for some inspiration, we've got a list that's for sure going to contain some ideas both for you and your dog to enjoy this summer. Have a pet portrait session. Summer makes a beautiful backdrop for a pet portrait session. You can even enlist the help of a friend and get in the picture with your canine buddy. Avoid the harsh shadows of midday and set your camera or phone on burst so you don't miss a thing. The trick to capturing your dog's best expression is to ensure they're enjoying the experience. Go somewhere familiar, use treats and toys to hold their interest. Make frozen dog treats. Help your dog cool off on hot days with prepackaged ice cream dog treats or DIY frozen treats. A simple trick is to take a food stuffable toy like a classic Kong toy and freeze it after filling. Another easy treat is frozen fruit chunks like watermelon cubes. You can also make ice cubes using no salt added chicken broth. Finally, get more adventurous and try a recipe for popsicles or soft serve treats. Try scent work. Scent work is all about letting your dog do what they do best. Sniff. All you need is a DIY beginner's kit with some essential oils, jars, and cotton swabs. With a few simple lessons, you can start playing in the backyard or park for an informal version of the game. Hide treats around your yard or sprinkle kibble in the lawn and let your dog sniff for the goodies. Enjoy a picnic. If you can't find a restaurant that welcomes dogs on the patio, try a picnic instead. Bring a blanket big enough for you and your dog, and don't forget to pack some dog-safe foods your pup can share. If you take a long walk ahead of time or otherwise exercise your dog, they will be far more likely to relax while you eat. Have a puppy party. If your dog has some friends in the neighborhood, try throwing a puppy party. It's a chance for the dogs to play and the owners to socialize. Make sure there are enough toys to go around, and if you barbecue or provide food for the owners, make sure unsafe items like chicken bones or onion slices are out of the reach of the dogs. Take a dog training class. Some training schools provide outdoor obedience classes in the summer. Not only do you get to enjoy the weather, but there are plenty of distractions you can incorporate into your training. Or if you're looking for an entirely new way to play with your dog, consider trying a dog sport like agility, diving, or disc dog. You and your dog will build your bond as you learn to work together as a team. Build a backyard agility course. Build your own backyard obstacle course just for fun or to build agility skills at home. There are kits you can buy, or you can DIY some simple obstacles with PVC pipe and some wood. Just be sure to keep the obstacles low for safety and let your dog go at their own pace. Head to the dog park. Many dogs love the excitement of the dog park. If you want to guarantee there are some appropriate playmates for your pup, schedule dates with owners and dogs you already know. If you're there on your own, watch the interactions between the other dogs before you let your dog off leash. It's important the experience is positive and not overwhelming. Play bobbing for kibble. Playing in the water is a great way for your dog to keep cool. You can play fetch through the sprinkler, hose them down, or let them paddle at the beach. Another fun game is bobbing for kibble. Fill a kiddie pool or dog pool with a few inches of water and toss in a handful of kibble or other treats like apple slices. Let your dog jump in and retrieve the treats. Go for a swim. Take your dog to a lake, river, or beach and let them swim. Play together in the water or toss a floating toy for them to retrieve. Just be sure to always supervise your dog and provide plenty of fresh water to discourage drinking while they swim. Not all dogs are naturals in the water, so teach your dog to swim and provide a life jacket to boost their confidence. Take a boat ride. Consider taking your dog for a boat ride. They can join you on a motorboat, canoe, kayak, or even a stand-up paddleboard. Be sure to put your dog in a life jacket and do some simple training beforehand in shallow water. For everyone's safety, you want to be sure your dog is calm and comfortable in the boat. Create some paw art. Let your dog express their inner artist with some paw painting. All you need for your dog's masterpiece are some non-toxic washable paints and a large piece of paper. Dip your dog's paws in the paint and then encourage them to walk across the paper, making art as they go. And when you're satisfied with the result, finish off by giving your dog an outdoor bath. No matter which of these activities you decide to try, remember that dogs can easily overheat in the summer. Stick to cooler days or early morning or late evening when the sun isn't as strong, and provide plenty of opportunities for a drink and a rest. So what do you guys think? Did you learn anything new about your canine buddy? Before we end the show, let's press pause for a sec. Maybe ask yourself, why did this resonate with me? What aspect of my relationship with my canine buddy could I apply this to? And what am I going to do differently this week to make my dog's training a little easier? So take time to mull it over, talk it out with a family member or trusted friend, put some ideas down in your training journal, and then check back next week for our next episode. And as always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this episode. So reach out over on Twitter at First Paw Media and let's spark a conversation. Until then, keep going. You are doing great. It's time to create the relationship with your dog that you always dreamed of. Thanks for listening to DogWorks Radio. You can find the show notes for this episode and all others at alaskadogworks.com. And don't forget this week's freebie. We are offering our very own 100 dog training tips. Just go to ak.dog/100 tips and get yours today. Lastly, do you know someone in your life who needs help with their dog's training? Be a hero and share our podcast with them, and we will see you next time.
From First Paw Media, this is DogWorks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media.